Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the morning sip. Here I am with my dog mommy cup because that's my baby. Well, y'all are on fire. I'm ready to dig into this week. I'm ready for this week to be amazing. Are y'all ready? Are y'all really ready? If you're ready, type yes. Okay. Listen, one of the things that hit me, and then I'm going to get into the topic for today. One of the things that hit me last week, actually during the live, is that one of the real core reasons that I'm here, you're here, and that we're all going to be here, which is why it's important to share, is that we are becoming a community of grace warriors who become partners in the level up journey to provide a sense of family and harmony to not only level up, but thrive in the level up. And we're going to talk more about that. You may be existing in a season of abundance. You may very well be. You may be killing most of what's on the list. But what happens? We all exist in these seasons and cycles and journey points in our lives. It's all about ascension. And so we may all be on different levels and we all need something different. And guess what? If you think that the thing that you slayed in the last season or in this season is what's going to get you to thrive in the next season, you are mistaken. This is a season of leveling up in all of it. But a lot of us don't always have the blueprint, or we know it intuitively and we don't have the think time on our own to sit still for the download or however you want to describe that in your life. And that is what the morning sip is about. That's really what Coffee and Grace is about. But that's why we're here. That's what we're going to do. And so we've been facing the question around, are you the superhero of your own life? That's when the magic happens. You can wear the hat of Calvary, right? Calgary. Are we the Calvary or the Calgary? I think Calgary is just a province in Canada. But anyway, right? You can show up as the savior, right? In every other space. We talked about that, but you cannot be the superhero for that space, especially if you're not the superhero in your own space. The cape has to come on for you first. Why? Because everything that's placed in us is waiting for the intentional energy and formula that comes when we prioritize ourselves in strategic, divine ways. We're going to talk more about that later, but let's get into what the topic is today. It's going to be a two-parter. That's why I'm also not rushing to it. I'm telling you, it's going to be a two-parter. This is the secret. This is one of the secret weapons. This is like secret sauce level, if you will, into superhero execution and living is the power and purpose of a production team in your life. I keep seeing the ring in my glasses. I can't get over that. Y'all have to wait until my production gets better. But the power and purpose of the production team in our lives. We often hear people talk about having a personal board of directors. I personally used to say I had a personal board of directors, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I do think that there's a difference. I think that when you think about an organization and an entity, and they have a board, the board's purpose and role is typically governance, right? And protecting and keeping any liability, right? And mitigating any risk. And so that space tends to operate, right, from what I like to call a space of lack. Anytime we are only operating in a protect mindset, we're operating in a scarce mindset, which makes it very hard for abundance to flourish, to manifest and show itself. We almost won't even recognize it when we see it because we're looking for the risk and not the reward. That is what I think is the difference between having a board of advisors. Advisors, oftentimes when we use that connotation, because the energy that you sow into anything is the energy in which it will manifest and exist in your life. And when we use that context around people who are helping to propel us, right, in any season, we're really putting the energy that these are the people I want to protect me from risk. Here's what I'm here to tell you. Every big and major thing that is coming to you in your life and attached to your destiny looks exactly like risk. None of it will ever make sense. None of it until it does. And you realize this is the thing I have been dreaming about all along. Okay. So what I like to do is think about it as a production team. That's what I started to curate in my life. When you think about your favorite movies, right? Do they just have a director or do they have a production team? They have a production team. When you think about your favorite shows, think about the mighty Oprah, honey, and the 25 years, okay? There's an O factor for a reason, okay? A production team is what she had. Was it inclusive of directors? Yes, but there were other critical parts that were super important to manifesting and curating what became legacy. That is what your production team is for you. They are going to be the people, the teams that you curate in your life, whose job it is to help you curate your legacy, your vision. And today I'm only going to go over what the roles and the teams are. Tomorrow, we're going to break down and talk about what role they typically play, or exactly, I'd say more so what I mean by when I say it. And I know sometimes I say tomorrow and we don't see you tomorrow because things change, but I really will see you tomorrow. So make sure you tune in. Here they are. Are you ready? There's 5 of them. 5. Don't I like the number 5? I'm gonna have to dig into that. Number 1, your spiritual team. Some might call it their divine team. It's the team that gives you divine support and guidance. We're not gonna dig into that today. We're gonna come back tomorrow. Your harmony team, the team who is responsible for providing you love and balance to some extent. Nope, we're coming back to it tomorrow. I know it's too good, but I want you to write these down. Your financial team should be self-explanatory. Your mental and physical directors. Notice I didn't say team, directors, because we typically need people to direct and manage risk when it comes to our mental and physical health. And I put those two together for a reason. Last but not least, and this is going to throw a couple of you off, the entrepreneur team. Because all of you are going to be like, well, everybody's not entrepreneur. And sometimes we need the 9 to 5. And we sure do. But the minute you realize that you are an entity, the minute you take the lid off of your ceiling to an open heaven of abundance, blessings, and financial revenue streams. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Today, be bold, be authentic, and most importantly, be gracious. But remember to start that graciousness with you. Want more coffee and grace? Well, never miss a sip by subscribing now to our YouTube channel and following us at Coffee and Grace, Instagram and Twitter. Oh, go ahead, do it now, and don't forget to share.